Have you ever used a set of earphones that vibrate your skull? Well, my name's Robin. These are the SHOKZ OPENCOMMS, and that's exactly what they do. So, let's check them out. The SHOKZ OPENCOMM work via bone conduction. If you haven't heard of bone conduction, let me just quickly explain how it works. You see, regular earbuds and headphones work via air conduction. The sound vibrations travel through the air, down your ear canal, and vibrate your eardrum. Your brain then processes the vibrations and interprets them as sounds. Bone conduction, however, instead of sending vibrations through the air, it sends the vibrations through your skull, bypassing your eardrums and stimulating the hair cells on your cochlea, aka your inner ear, and your brain doesn't actually know the difference, so it processes the sounds in the exact same way. This means the sound comes through clearly. So, with that being said, let's actually talk about the OPENCOMM. The SHOKZ OPENCOMM are coming in at around $210 here in Canada and are positioned as a productivity/office work device versus the other headsets in their offering, which are more sports focused. Now, that's not to say that these can't be used for sports though. They come in at only 33 grams and are IP55 water and dust resistant, so no amount of sweat will damage these. And the mic folds back, allowing for a more streamlined, compact look. Now, let's talk about comfort for a sec. It did take a while for me to get used to wearing these because they require quite a tight fit to stimulate your bones effectively. For the first day or so, the pressure they applied caused quite an uncomfortable sensation around my temples and also the back of my ears. Once I'd been wearing them for a few days, that feeling definitely subsided, and I actually forgot that I was wearing them. You see, at only 33 grams, you don't really notice the weight, and I didn't actually have an issue wearing them with glasses either. The SHOKZ OPENCOMM feature both Bluetooth 5.1 and NFC for connectivity. They connected all my devices fairly quickly and seamlessly, and rarely did I encounter any dropouts. You see, their battery is rated for around 16 hours of talk time and 8 hours of listening time, and honestly that's pretty accurate based on my own use. I only had to charge these a couple times over the 2 weeks that I actually used them, and thanks to the quick charge feature as well, these went from around 0% battery to full in about an hour. You can check the battery status by holding down the plus and minus volume buttons while music is paused. One thing, there is a SHOKZ app, but sadly it only works with the OpenRun Pro model at the time of this review. So we've talked a bit about comfort and we went over the specs, but what are these actually like to use? Well, in short, really quite good. Because nothing blocks your ear canals, the sound seems to emanate from just around your ears, which, to be honest, is a pretty trippy sensation and one that I actually really enjoyed. The pretty major downside to this is that you hear all environmental sounds. So if you're walking by a road, hopping on a public transport, or trying to study in a busy cafe, you will hear everything. And in my experience, you will struggle to hear your own music or podcasts. If you really do want to shut out the rest of the world, you can wear earplugs, and the OPENCOMMs actually have a feature that allows you to change the EQ modes to better suit having earplugs in. Is this something I would ever do? Probably not. However, I gotta say, their greatest weakness is also their biggest asset, being aware of your surroundings. This can be a crucial thing for so many reasons, which I will touch on later. Now, seeing as the sound is emanating from outside your ears, it's definitely lacking in some of the low-end frequencies. The mids and highs are very crisp and clear, so I ended up enjoying podcasts more so than music. That's not to say the experience listening to music was bad by any means, it's just not the same as your typical in-ear buds or headphones. Like I said, you have the option to change EQ modes to better suit wearing earplugs, and that is also done by holding down the plus and minus volume buttons while music's playing. One of the key features of the OPENCOMMs is, of course, the noise-cancelling boom mic that can swivel out of the way when not in use. This is a pretty quick way of muting yourself when you're on a call, but there's also the option of holding down the plus and minus volume buttons to mute yourself also. That being said, let's actually take a listen to how the mic sounds. So you're listening to the mic right now. How does it sound? You see, SHOKZ claim that this is a noise-cancelling mic, and it's a little quiet in the studio. So how about we simulate, like, a busy street? I've got some noise sound effects here. So let's pretend we're walking through New York City. It's kind of loud, there's some traffic, but you know, typically it's also windy. So how about we set something like that up? Okay, so you're walking through a busy street, you turn a corner, and oh no, there's a leaf blower. And now suddenly, it's a lot louder than you thought it would be. But how does it sound? I don't think the mic should be picking up any of this. It should just be perfectly quiet. You should be able to hear my voice as crisp and clearly as if there was nothing at all. Alright, thank you, Stephen. Alright, how was it? Overall, I'm a big fan of the SHOKZ OPENCOMM. The design is subdued yet mature looking, so I never actually felt self-conscious wearing these out, and they made me feel like I was wearing futuristic headwear when I did wear them, so I'd call that a plus. The sturdy construction gave me confidence that these wouldn't break easily, but they also come with a hardshell case you can use when jamming them in your backpack. Even though they come with features that could make these your everyday earbuds, I don't think that's where these function best, and I don't think I'd recommend them as a full earbud replacement. These are at their best when they're an earbud alternative, in scenarios when you need to be aware of your environment. So you may wonder, are these for you? Because $260 is a lot for just an earbud alternative. Well, if you're a cyclist or someone who exercises outdoors, these are absolutely for you. If you're someone who walks alone at night frequently, then yes, these are for you. And if you're someone who suffers from conductive hearing loss or wants to avoid it, these are absolutely for you as they bypass your inner ear entirely. Or if you are just someone who doesn't want to cut themselves off while working in the office or working from home, then trust me, these are for you. So look, if you have any questions about the OPENCOMMS or bone conduction in general, you can ask them in the comments section. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you want to know when our next video comes out, consider hitting the subscribe button and also that bell icon so you are the first to know. But if after all of this you're still interested in just regular old earbuds, then you should check out this video that I did right here. Or this one. This one's actually really cool.